So, happy Friday to you all. 1 p.m., a lovely afternoon, nice and early on the Friday to get the action going, to start enjoying the weekend specials that are coming up ahead. Rugby season really at its peak right now, and what a wonderful competition we have had on our hands, the SA Rugby Under-23 Cup. Take a look there then at the standings. Dominating things, the Lions 15, the Vodacom Bulls 15, having only won half of their fixtures, and well, you can see by the stats over there, DHL Stormers only winning 2 of their games out of the 6, the Hollywood Bet Sharks only winning 1 out of the 6, and well, the Lions junior programs that has been run so well by the likes of Foxy, MJ and Mzwake Nkosi, really just going from strength to strength. Pure domination there. If you look at the points difference, you look at the points against them, they really have been good on attack and defense. So, are they the favorites going into this final then of the SA Rugby Under-23 Cup? Yes, of course. Who is up against them? The Vodacom Bulls 15. This is their 2026 season, the inaugural SA Rugby Under-23 Cup. Very close result against the Lions 15 when they played them at home. 27 points to 24 there. Huge result for them against the DHL Stormers, 68 points to 26. So we know they can score tries, and they've been able to have some really tight fixtures that unfortunately didn't go towards their side. You look at the Hollywood Bet Sharks Under-23 result there, going down by just 4 points, and then coming back, bouncing back, and getting a result against them, 54-12. So for the Vodacom Bulls 15, their season consistency just hasn't been where they want it to be. For the Lions 15, 2026 season, well, as mentioned, strength to strength, really pure domination. Not many close fixtures besides the one mentioned against the Vodacom Bulls 15. Hollywood Bet Sharks Under-23 is really trying to come back at it, but just not good enough to get the better of a very well organized and mature Lions 15 side. And then, of course, the standout results up against powerhouses at junior level, usually DHL Stormers, and then, as mentioned, against the Vodacom Bulls 15. That 27-24 result may be on their mind, and they probably won't be complacent going into this, knowing their coaching structures, knowing the kind of success that they've enjoyed at this level, junior level, and in the Varsity Cup and Varsity Shield. Wits winning that Varsity Shield, and UJ getting into the quarterfinals for the first time in a very long time, almost a decade there. So rugby at the junior levels in a very good place here for the Lions.
We are now joined by the kicking coach of the Bulls, Johan Goosen. Thank you for joining us. Tell me, how's the feeling in camp? How are you feeling for today's final?
Yeah, it's a bit different this side of the ball, of the playing field. Must say, probably.
So, the SA Rugby Under-23 Cup, homegrown and hard fought. This is the Lions 15 starting lineup. Cecil Parsons, a 19-year-old who really has just been fantastic. Ruan Velman and Heiko Polman will be the front rowers, combining with Cecil Parsons, Marco Ferreira and Dylan Shawblom. Look out for Dylan Shawblom. Of course, 7 players allowed to be over Under-23 in the entire team. Only 4 allowed in the starting lineup. Heiko Polman, one of them. Dylan Shawblom as well as Jared Cairns and Manuel Ross. Very exciting combination between 9 and 10 and 12 and 13, especially with the awesome loose trio they have. Their captain, Tando Biela, a youngster, has been really good. And look out for Mornay Fenter. He scored 4 tries last week. So a lovely platform and a really exciting backline with Guilherme Mente there as well. Of course, it doesn't just end with the starting lineup. The replacements, so much talent there. 2 players who are experienced and over Under-23. That's Morgan Nordier and Conrad van Vieren. Matle Sitole, the reserve hooker, quite a talent. Look out for J.D. Hatting, Vuyo Guiji, Luke Cannon and Eli Meyer. And of course, Exos Kevani Chiamala. He's one to look out for. He can play anywhere in the backline, comfortable at center. He's all about go forward. So they've got some really fantastic replacements on the bench. That'll be very interesting to see how the coaches use them. And here it is then, the challengers, the Vodacom Bulls 15. They've got a couple of players there that are to look out for. I don't believe that is the right team there. That's Western Province we're looking at now, so excuse us for that. The graphics should be corrected shortly. And to go through the team of the Vodacom Bulls 15 there, they've got a couple of players in that starting lineup that really have been outstanding. The usual suspects. That's with Junior Pokomela, Keegan Johannes at 10, with Neil Leroux at 9. Look out for them on the bench. Again, this is not the correct graphic. Please do excuse us for that. We've got Aluluto Chakweni and Kutuzani Mkunu, the reserve props. Talk about a bomb squad right there. They are very bombastic in the way they play in the loose and with their technique at the set piece. And Reinhard Ludwig, an absolute universal soldier. He's at number 19. Look out for him. He's played SA Under-20, has some good URC experience. And then it's Sean Skierman, Dieter Schubert, Brooklyn Newman, and Peter van der Merwe. That makes up the bench then for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Really a juicy one to look forward to. You could say everyone is expecting the Lions 15 having been unbeaten in the first ever SA Rugby Under-23 Cup. And of course, why not? SA Rugby, where we are currently, the Blitzboks won the HSBC Sevens World Championship last year. They've extended that success into 2026. The Junior Springboks won the Under-20 World title for the first time in 13 years last year and claims the SANS Under-20 Rugby Championship title for the first time on Saturday. So it definitely was and is still a breakthrough year for the Springboks and the Springbok women. Who could forget them reaching the playoff stages at the Rugby World Cup for the first time and breaking into the world's top 10. So South African rugby really in a fantastic place. Hearing the SA Rugby financial report and sustainability report, just positives left, right and center. So this, the perfect time then to bring innovation and a new tournament to take care of so many players who can sometimes find themselves in a grey area. And to break all of that down, to get through all of these sides as the Bulls come out, Tux Kotza with me in commentary, a man from Alberton who's been following the competition and commentating on the competition throughout. Welcome to the final, Tux, and so much to look forward to. It really has been an awesome competition so far.
Thank you so much, Fudge, and what a pleasure to be able to broadcast this game with you. It's an honor. Let me just start there. And yes, a wonderful, wonderful initiative. A lot of people were saying they don't understand the Under-23 moniker that was attached to this tournament. And I can guess that maybe a lot of people wouldn't understand. It's not an Under-23 side per se. You mentioned it earlier. 7 players can be over age. They can be any kind of age that you like. And you'll see some really experienced players here. The whole idea behind this, the mandate from South African Rugby, was to bridge that gap between under-19, under-21 rugby, and then the guys having to get ready and go up to URC level, which is a complete different kettle of fish. All the coaching staff for all 4 franchises throughout this tournament, very positive. They've already seen the fruits from this tournament, and everybody hoping that this tournament will continue through the years. Fudge, I'm looking forward to this game. This is going to be a big one.
Sure is. There is the whistle from our referee, the man in the middle, Paul Mente. Keegan Johannes sends it deep. Good go forward. Great explosive carry, Jared Cairns. That's, well,
use it.
One of his go-tos, Jared Cairns. Box kick to exit. Great contest. And Henry Immelman able to, well, almost knock it back to his side, but a slight knock on there, caught by the referee, Paul Mente. So, well, nothing fancy just yet.
No, this is quality finals rugby. The guys will feel each other out and probably not try something, like you said, fancy right now. Something to really watch out for is this Bulls scrum. They weren't messed with throughout this competition, but they never had the overhand over most of their opponents in this foundational phase of the game. The Lions, however, they've had a very good scrum. But the Bulls have really shored up. We've got Mordenay Smith on the bench. Not on the bench, on the field. And I think that's where they have really focused to try and fix one of the areas that they have lacked at. And they can do that today. It's going to be immense for the Bulls.
Set.
First scrum then here, Tooks. Steady. Fierce on that right side. Mornay Smith. Paul Mente not happy with how he was dominating, scrumming around. So penalty lines 15.
Yeah, interesting. Mr. Paul Mente, a very, very experienced referee. On the other side of the field, we've got the ARs today. Is Richard Bruno and Imano Williams will be on this side. And a very, very good team. They won't miss anything. And I think the Lions will be happy with that. We were just talking about the scrums. It's one of the set phases where the Lions have really dominated well. And if they can't work from that, it'll already mess with their plans. But the other thing is where the Lions were slightly vulnerable in some of their games. Back of the line out. Let's see if they've shored that up.
Take it to the middle this time, keeping matters simple. Focusing on first things first. And well, that's a lapse of concentration then from JJ Turon. Another penalty for the Lions, 15. Well-worked line out.
Yes, again, keeping it simple. You can see the coaching staff there. Not sweating too much yet, but that's coming, I'm sure, Fudge. The Lions, one area where the Bulls, I spoke to their coach before the game, Piwe Nomlomo, and he said it was interesting to him that they chose such a young fly-off. That is one area where I'm definitely going to keep my eye on. Egan Johannes on the side of the Bulls, very experienced.
Another take, carbon copy. This time they go for the maul, though. Inside the green zone. The 22 of the Vodacom Bulls, 15.
That's one stop, number 9.
Good initial defense here by the
9,
Vodacom Bulls, 15.
Use it.
So Zian Salia's Lions 15 scrum off will have to get it out. And Mani Ras, he does that so well. A part of his game he's improved over the years. Not just a good distributor, fantastic in contact, strong carry. Tando Biela, the captain, still there for the Lions 15. Lovely pop pass. Shawblom to Parsons. And then Parsons just getting a little ahead of himself. Knock on.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of jitters. You know, these guys, most of them very young. Looking at Parsons, I think you mentioned he's 21 years old. Good track record.
19, actually. Still
19.
a teenager. Duke's still a teenager, yeah?
Exactly. Do you still remember when you were 19, Fudge?
Yeah, well, I would have some memories of this pitch as well. I did play for the Bulls under-19s back then. We were really good. We won the competition, but it's in these areas where I think it's so important to just keep a calm, cool, collected mindset there. It's all about building the phases, not losing the ball, keeping matters simple, and the 19-year-old will learn that.
Absolutely. I don't remember anything from when I was 19.
I won't ask what you were up to in Alberton, Tooks.
Bind.
Let's not go there. Let's rather go to the scrum.
Set.
Neil LaRue feeds. Again, some momentum on that far side, but it's not neat and tidy. Paul Mente having a closer
I'm
look.
not going to reward you if you stand up. Stay low, push straight. Come here, guys.
And you know, Tooks, it looked like from the hand gestures there from Paul Mente. Mornay Smith, he is getting some dominance. There's some go forward, but he's scrummaging upwards, isn't he? Not necessarily showing the referee the right picture.
Well, if we know anything about Mornay Smith, is that the fact that he can scrum very well. And that kind of experience you cannot buy. I don't know if you saw that, but he was actually talking to referee Paul Mente while he was busy scrumming. So all the tricks in the book, I think we're going to see all of them today. So take your notebook, Mr. Cecil Parsons. You're going to learn. You're going to learn today.
Bind.
What this tournament is all about. What an opportunity for Parsons.
Set. Number 1.
Yep, this time.
Number 1 stepping out and going in an angle.
Smith
Number 1.
gets the upper hand. Penalty
Stepping
for
out
the
and going in an
Vodacom
angle.
Bulls, 15. So
Easy
one
mark.
for Cecil Parsons, one for Mornay Smith. We're already seeing a great battle here with the scrummaging set piece.
Absolutely. And like I said, Coach Nomlomo, before the game, I asked him what was one specific area that you guys focused on this week. And without a hesitation, he said to me the set pieces. And that's also why they brought onto the bench Alulutu Tsakweni and Kutum Chunu. You know, they know what's going to happen. The Bulls had a knack of going down in the second half, just losing focus, but they've tried to fix that with their bench.
Definitely nothing to fix yet with their line-outs as well. So right, Tooks to say Pue Nomlomo's been focusing in those areas. And so far, so good for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Jean Els does good work. Neil Leroux feeds the blue machine. Good ball for Leroux. Now Immelman. Have to take a closer look at the tall, bulky fullback. Looks like a loose forward out there. Another strong carry. Kebotile Make. Look out for him. He's been busy, the number 6 for the Vodacom Bulls 15.
You're passing the ball
Johannes.
to him. Not
much space to maneuver. Great switch play. Junior Pokomela. Good go forward for them now. Quick hands, Johannes. Lovely pass back inside. Still there for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Pokomela with a short pass to Make. Leroux fumbled.
First knock, then second knock.
One of the Bulls players to also keep an eye on is that outside centre they've got with the number 13 jersey, Dimitri Erasmus. He is quite the youngster, very, very good talent that a lot of people have spoken about. And he's really been playing like somebody who's been playing at this level for a few years. But the youngster, still young, 20 years old. And I think he's going to play a very big role. The other guy in that back three for the Blue Bulls would be Riyad Bam, guy who scored in almost every single game that he played for the Bulls Under-23 so far this season. If they can get quality ball to them. But at the moment, this defensive line of the Lions, they're either in their face or they just have numbers and they're making the decisions for the Bulls very difficult. Because the Bulls have got enough ball at this stage, Fudge.
Left of the mark, let's go.
Yeah, that's well pointed out. Tooks. Defense has been a trademark for the Lions 15s, especially in their junior ranks. Such a great contrast of styles here. The Vodacom Bulls 15 can't be too happy with their defensive structures.
Not head to head. Coach!
But look out, Dimitri Erasmus, part of the SA Rugby junior structures, definitely exploding onto the scene nicely for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Parsons holds his own on the Lions 15 ball. Now this good ball. Kutsia quickly to Ras. He's got Likona Fing, a dangerous runner outside center. But first things first, you got a Grak.
Keep quiet, please. No?
Great reaction. Philip Albert van Niekerk to get over and force that turnover. And that's what Pue Nomlomo and the coaches for the Vodacom Bulls 15 will want to see more of. If they're going to win this final, defense will be a major factor.
Absolutely. The speed to the breakdown from this Bulls side was immense from there. It's almost as if they knew the Lions were going to run into that gap. But I think we're going to see a lot of Make, Tron, and Pokomela today running at that ball. They're going to hunt every single time that ball goes down on the floor. You're going to see at least two of those guys together. And if they can disrupt the Lions ball as they have in this first 10 minutes, well, you're going to see more of this, where the Bulls get close to the 22 very easily.
I hope I see more of that moustache we just saw. Great to see the Bulls support coming out. Overthrow. First line-out miss for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Likona Finga, a little juggle from him. Gets back onto his feet. He is a very strong runner. Look at the determination of the youngster. Impressive. Good work. Celiers feeds the forwards. Another strong carry.
Stay on side, please.
And then Celiers with the box kick. It's a part of his game that's outstanding, the way he's able to box kick and release pressure.
Celier, he's got that mark of a quality player. Watch him a little bit, Fudge. It always seems like he has time. He, about 2 or 3 rucks back, he went the wrong side and then he went back left again, but it looked like that's what he meant to do. But keep an eye on that guy. He always has time to do the right thing.
It's a good take from Turan to set this play up. Keegan Johannes from deep and wide puts it to boot, and that's an unlucky bounce. There was some grass to play with there.
Options?
Just didn't put enough, didn't temper that kick enough.
Nope. At a stage, looked like that ball wanted to leave the stadium. The way it was running up there.
It wasn't that bad. Come on, mate. It wasn't that bad.
A lot of space at the back. Keegan Johannes, like we mentioned before, experienced players. Played URC for the Blue Bulls. knows what he's doing. Actually a scrum off, if I'm not mistaken. So his kicking boot is very good. Now, we all know what happens here at Ellis Park. Ask the All Blacks back in 1995. The ball rolls a lot better than it should. But I think he'll take a lot from that. He found the space. It's now just about being accurate.
Coach! Bind! Set!
A lot of movement, not stable enough, but well taken. Jan Cilliers took it out quickly while Parsons was under pressure. Good go forward for the Lions, 15. Pop pass, a good one to Cecil Parsons. Kutsia
I acknowledge you now.
won the Varsity Shield this year with Wits. Out into the wider channels. Damon well marshaled. Kutsia. Heiko Polman with the carry. Now Parsons. Strong and powerful. Good quick ball. Mani Ras with a little dab over the top. A lovely chase here. Jason Hugo, and he's got gas. Here come the big boys. Jared Cairns, just short. Good follow-up from Hugo. Can they recycle? The troops coming a bit late. Ruan Velman's got it. Cleaned up nicely. Ras continues to play quick ball. They had a few numbers to the right. Defense is there now. Ferreira! Great strength. Marco Ross Ferreira. Wonderful carry from the youngster.
Marco Ross Ferreira, one of the 14 players who played against the Bulls in their very first opener in this Under-23 tournament. And at that day, he was playing from the number 7 side of the scrum. But you can see he carries the ball like a flanker. He plays like a lock. He's good in the lineouts, but he's in the right space. But let's go back. I think that whole try, because of rugby IQ from Manny Russ, the moment that Bulls backline pushed up, he changed his tactic. Got the ball in deep, chipped the little ball over the backline.
20 seconds.
Everybody had to turn. Little bit of luck, of course, but Jared Kearns always in position, making sure the Lions get that ball back. 5 points.
Make that 7. Matthew Kutsia with the conversion.
Bulls still trying to get back, scrambling on the defense. But those long, lanky arms, just like yours, Fudge, you were a lock back in the day, getting over. And Ferreira, I think, good selection at lock, gives them extra options, just like that.
Yeah, mate, I was a lock. Didn't score many tries, though, buddy. I had a number 5 on my back, too busy rucking. But great to see that transition from flank to lock. Ferreira working nicely.
I'm sure you had a rucking good time, though.
Make sure the one thing in rugby that is sometimes underestimated is this rucking technique, being able to hold on to the ball. Henry Immelman keeping it alive. Johannes under a little bit of pressure. It was an unkind pass. Back to Immelman.
Bulls,
He's got a
come
big
back.
boot on him.
Come back.
Not many options for him here, but many for Mente. Loves a counter-attack, Guillermo Mente. Short side. Mani Ras. Marshaled into touch. Great defense
Flag is up.
from Ruan Enslen.
You can see that the Blue Bulls have done their homework on this Lions team throughout this tournament. They love to attack the short side as the first option. Either when the ball goes down into a ruck situation, or from there where they chase up and they get possession back. They'll try and attack that short side, and then you'll probably find somewhere in the middle of the field a pot of forwards, and on the far side there'll be one of their running loose forwards, the Jared Kearns, the Fenters, those kind of guys. But a lost line out for the Lions.
Good pick up there. JJ Tron. A little bit scrappy here now for the Vodacom Bulls, 15, but great play from Van Niekerk. And now they've got a few numbers to work with. Lovely pass. A little chip over the top. Riyad Baum, one of those players to look out for. It's a good scramble from the Lions, 15, though. They've got it back.
Use it.
Slow for Cilliers. Schoblom. Looking for the box kick with that right boot. Makes things so difficult. Good take, Riyad Baum. Taken in the air, so tapped quickly by Baum, not from the mark.
Sorry.
These two
penalties
wingers,
here,
I think
you
they're
took
going
on the
to really have a good battle. Some of the other battles that I think we can keep our eye on. One of them we mentioned before, the fly hours, but look at the number 8s. Junior Pokomela, guy coming from the Free State, now with the Bulls. Last week against the Sharks, he scored 2 tries. One of them, he just dove over a loose ruck. But he really, really has been playing so well for the Bulls. And on the side of the Lions, we've got Venter at number 8.
Lions!
Who is a try machine. But we mentioned earlier, look at Zian Celia. Always doing the right thing. That ball was completely put in the right place. Lions could have competed.
Okay.
Chose the wrong option.
All
But
right.
now they're being penalized.
Quiet, please.
Bulls on the attack.
Gents, Lions, I've set them up properly. Please come closer. Thank you. This is the middle. Stay where you are. Bulls, come closer.
Contest continues
So,
with
let's
the
go.
set piece. The line out here. Ellis, great throw. Turon takes it.
There's a clear contest.
No,
Ball is
as I
not strike.
say, great throw. Poor Mente, not happy with it. He did
Options?
warn the Vodacom Bulls
Captain?
15 from jumping
What do
across.
you want? Scrum is the call.
Absolutely. This Bulls side, their own lineout has been a source of good ball for them
You want to move?
in most of the games.
Come
The
here.
Lions, they have the most incredible stat for their lineouts of
Yeah.
all
You
the
guys are staying
teams.
too far.
4 lineout balls
Fine.
won.
Let's go.
By far the most. And you can see this Bull side know if Lions start getting quality ball either from the scrums, the set phases, or the line outs, there'll be trouble. Going to be interesting to see. This scrum is a nice little short side to work with.
Crouch.
Don't know if Zian Celia's got an appetite for it.
Bind. Going in early. Going in early.
Referee not happy with the stability there from the Lions 15. So it'll be the Vodacom Bulls 15 then with the short arm, and they put up a bomb into the 22. Keegan Johannes, lovely take, excellent. Mikhail Damon under all kinds of pressure,
Player,
all eyes on him. Right winger's done well.
stay where you are.
Celia looking for touch this time, and he's found a good one.
I guess that's the curse of the up and under. It's still 50-50. Who's going to come away with it? Not a bad option, I think, by the Blue Bulls. You don't often see a up and under from the opposition 10-meter line, but it could have worked. But as you said, excellent work by Mikhail Damon. Not the tallest of wings, but boy, oh boy, got up there in the air like Cheslin Colby.
Unable to get up into the air high enough. Turon throw maybe testing him a bit too much, and Jared Cairns pounces on the opportunity, loses a boot while he's at it. Ras now cuts back in. Look at the effort to get there and clean, recycle the ball from the Lions 15 players, especially the back line. Impressive. And there it is again, the Vodacom Bulls 15 in the wider channels. Great reaction to get that turnover. This time it's Erasmus.
Dimitri Erasmus. He's a guy who definitely punches above his weight. Onto the ball, you'd swear he was a flanker, obviously an outside centre. But the moment the Lions went down, not enough numbers there. Bulls bounce. And for the last couple of minutes, they've been applying all the pressure to the Lions. Lions cannot get out of their half.
That's it right there. That's what it's all about, Tooks. SA Rugby Under-23 Cup. Shiny, who will be the first winner of this inaugural tournament. Such an important one, as we see some youngsters blended with some experienced players who maybe are coming back from injury, are looking for form.
Use it 9.
Yeah, that would be a guy like Conrad van Vieren coming back from an injury.
And it's just a wonderful platform for the
advantage.
coaches to be able to
No.
strengthen their squads, playing
Hold back.
so much rugby with the Investec Champions Cup and the URC. From deep, the Lions 15. Mente sets
Use
up
it.
the target. Towards the short side goes Celias. Loves a snipe and put on his back by Turon.
No, leave it, leave
He
it.
released the ball. Celias, slippery
Knock-on advantage is
character.
over now.
Strong carry. Morne Venter. He's been really good throughout the tournament. Got the second amount of defenders beaten with 17 behind Mente. It's Keegan Johannes. Quick hands from Immelman. Riyad Bam. Erasmus. Now Van Niekerk. Flirting with the touchline and just out. That was close. Did really well for Niekerk. He's having a good game in the first 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Philip Albert van Niekerk. Young guy, seemingly finding his feet in this under-23 tournament. Also played in that first game against the Lions that they had earlier in this tournament. Clearly, JJ Tron from the Blue Bulls, the number 7, he got a memo this week from his coach.
Okay.
You stay on number 9, Zian Salia. They obviously know how dangerous this young man is. You could see slightly after the ball, but still within specifications, shall we say, within the rules. He was making sure that Zian Salia knew he was there. But I don't think it'll put the young man off. This is the kind of lessons that you don't learn unless you play against experienced guys like JJ Tron and Reinhard Ludwig, who we'll see later for the Bulls. Guys like Henry Immelman. I mean, he's played at Montpellier and at Edinburgh in the URC. Really experienced. I mean, you can't buy that kind of thing, Fudge.
No, you can't. And I think that just speaks to the innovation of this tournament and the opportunity for some of the youngsters who may be fringing at their unions to get an opportunity and to test them. I mean, imagine Cecil Parsons, just one of those, to go up against Morne Smith. What a wonderful test, not just for the unions, but also for the Springboks, who, I'm telling you, with the innovations and the junior structures, the tracking that they've been doing the last couple of years, definitely just going from strength to strength, and that must be so scary for the rest of the world.
Let's go.
I'm pretty sure it is. And for Parsons, it's kind of like me commentating with you. Told me a couple of weeks ago this would happen. Just a dream.
Thanks for the compliment. We'll gather those. Great line out for the Lions 15. Celiers again with that box kick. Good charge down attempt there from Ulrich van der Westhuizen. Still though, reaction speed impressive from the Lions 15. Making sure that they recycle any loose ball. Double hit on Parsons. Still going, the youngster.
Use it. Stay last fit for me.
Celiers will get back to doing what he does, and it is not boring for him. Trust me. Another pinpoint accurate box kick.
I got it backwards from Blue.
A lucky bounce there for the Vodacom Bulls 15.
Use it.
It's Junior Pokomela at scrum half. Quick hands. Immelman to Van Niekerk. Now into the wider channels. There's Hugo.
Use it, 9.
Rowan Enslin, the right winger for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Haven't seen too much of him, but it's starting to open up a little bit. Great to see the Vodacom Bulls 15 just trying to shift the contact point. Lovely kick chase.
Use it, 9.
Erasmus, he really, I think what stands out for the outside centre for the Vodacom Bulls 15, you just keep your eyes on him. His work rate off the ball, excellent. And getting a little bit greedy at the breakdown.
You are fine. 7 lying on the wrong side.
A little bit slow to roll away, so penalty Lions 15.
I never knew Michael Jackson was a rugby fan, but his song was just playing I Want to Rock All Night. But that Ruan Enslin, we saw the number 14 for the Bulls, like you mentioned, hasn't had a lot of ball. I think he's had to turn around and pick up one. Just got a ball now with a lot of defense on him. But if there's broken play and Ruan Enslin gets a ball, he's got such good decision making. He's a real weapon for the boys from Pretoria. I think we saw Ruben Skuman there in the crowd. He played against the Bulls for the Lions in their opening match.
Biela at pace. Hard man to stop. Now around the corner. Great carry. Dylan Shawblom. Building up ahead of steam. Kutsia flat. Lovely hands from Guillermo Mente.
For me.
Just outside the Vodacom Bulls 15-22. And they're counter-rucking here now. A little slower for Celiers. Kutsia has got numbers galore to the left. Ra straightens. Back towards the right. Straight to Likona Finga. Now Parsons. Another useful carry from the teenager. Could see a flat. That's Jared Cairns. It's a loose ball. Look at the reaction from Shawblom, but the read from Keegan Johannes. Close.
One hand.
He's got wheels, Keegan Johannes. And like we said, he played scrum off most of his schoolboy rugby. And he knows how to get up to speed. I do think there's a replacement on the field for the Lions. Number 21, Luke Cannon. And we will confirm Fudge, but I think it might be he's on for Marco Ferreira, the try scorer, who got injured earlier.
The captain
We
never
will
made such a
confirm,
call.
but I think he's on for Ferreira.
There was no such.
And he's had a great season. Marco Ross Ferreira, second on the list with tackles made throughout the season. We've seen how useful he can be with his carries. He scored the only try so far in this SA Rugby Under-23 final, the first ever. Who will have the glory? Lions 15 enjoying that 7-point lead and getting closer and closer with this maul now. Good defense. Vodacom Bulls 15 have stopped it.
There's the ball. Stay last
There for Cilliers.
Use it.
Shawblom around the corner. Good patience from the scrum half. He's got shape. Quick ball now. Show and go. Excellent awareness, showing his experience. Junior Pokomela, nice and frosty around the fringes. Drives back Cilliers. Monet Fenter now. Quick ball is no ruck ball. Well played by Fenter. Finga. Towards the left now, Zian Cilliers. That's Ruan Velman.
Offside. Use it 9. You've got
Got a penalty advantage,
Offside.
the Lions 15. Ras. Draw and pass. Now Hugo. Well, did he get over there? Sure did. Jason Hugo gets the second try then for the Lions 15. Well worked, great patience. How's that for maturity?
Excellent play by the Lions. Let's just go back a couple of minutes ago. They were deep inside their 22. We spoke about that, Fudge. They were under the cosh, but they were so patient and played themselves into a much better position. And here you can see the number 11, Jason Hugo, doing what a wing should do, finish. And boy, oh boy, didn't he finish well. But before that, I think the Lions forwards, they need to get a tip of the hat. It was the forwards who actually took that ball up.
20 seconds.
We saw Morne Venter at the number 8. Yes, he was very flashy in the last game, scoring 4 tries. But here he's doing the hard work, trying to get the forwards over the advantage line.
Seconds.
And then a guy like Salia, the scrum off, making good decisions.
Kutsia. Very challenging conversion. He's got it. 14 points, Lions 15.
Hard to believe that Matt Kutsia 2 years ago was still at high school. I think he was playing for Kes, if I'm not mistaken. Young guy, lots of talent, under a lot of pressure from Keegan Johannes in this game. So far, absorbing it all like a nice sponge.
Yeah, doing really well with his distribution skills, Matthew Kutsia. Game plan, just every player in sync here. All on the same page. It's Jared Cairns. Just always gets go forward. Sometimes doesn't protect the ball well enough though, and picked up by Hugo.
Bandage over for the knock.
And Enslin now. Van Niekerk. Great awareness from Ruan Enslin to play the overlap. Got a penalty here now. Immelman with a quick tap. He's strong and direct. He's over the try line. Try given. Incredible individual strength shown there by Henry Immelman. That's what he's all about. Vodacom Bulls 15 get onto the scoreboard.
Just a quick correction. Matthew Kutsia, the Lions fly off. He was at Jeppy. But just look at this from Henry Immelman. That's why you want a fullback who weighs 105 kilograms, because he can run the ball up like a massive loose forward. Well done by the Bulls. I had this comment in me for the last 10, 15 minutes. The Bulls were looking for leadership. Somebody just to take this game by the scruff of the neck and say, give me the ball. I'm going to show you where we're going to hit up the space. And that's exactly what some of the big players just did. Keegan Johannes, I think he's the guy who led there, asked to just get the ball, distributed it to the right guys, and then Henry Immelman, all the experience in the world. Quick tap, 5 points.
Keegan Johannes unable to get the conversion. It was an important one as well. That means they trail by 9 points now. They'll have to score twice.
You can see Henry Immelman, those Lions players know they're offside. You now have to decide, am I going to maybe risk it and get sent off with a yellow card? Am I going to try and fall back because this guy is definitely going to run over me or push me over the line? Henry Immelman did all of that. Some of the happy crowd.
It's great to see some of the support that's come out here. What a way to start your weekend off. Deep from Kutsia. JJ Turon through the first tackle. So quick to build up some pace there. It's a strong carry. It's a lovely platform he's laid for Neil Leroux. Now the back line shifting, giving it back to Keegan Johannes. We've seen them exit like that a few times. Very well worked. Massive punt there from Johannes.
In the meantime, I can confirm it looks like Reinhard Ludwig is on the field for the Bulls with the number 19 on the back. We'll see who has left. We can see there on the right-hand side, Janus Kirsten. He was immense for the Bulls so far in this under-23 tournament, but he's played all the allotted games that he can. They had about a squad of 50 players, and they used 48 of them. The other two that weren't used because of injury. So the Bulls coming into this final, they've rotated very well. Lions didn't have injury concerns they had just before this final. Might catch up with them later, we'll see.
Great contest. Excellent work. Reinhard Ludwig straight into the thick of things here now. And Ellis, just can't hold on to it. Ras is there to pick up the scraps for the Lions 15. They love a counter-attack. Here's Guillermo Mente. Most meters made in the competition so far with over 500. He can't hold on to the ball now. The Vodacom Bulls 15 with the counter-attack. That's Erasmus. Good place from him. Here's Marte. Kebotile Marte does well. The troops are there. Neil Leroux still with the forwards. Quick ball for Leroux. Ellis keeps it tight. Slower this time for Neil Leroux and back towards the blind side. Erasmus.
Advantage.
Penalty advantage for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Pendulum of momentum swinging now towards the side that was trailing by 2 tries. Stampeding towards the try line, just short, Pokomela. Another pick and carry. Else this time.
No, leave it. Advantage. Offside.
To the wider channels, Keegan Johannes, they've got an overlap. Surely, lovely pass from Immelman. And it will be Ruan Enslen who gets the second try. Vodacom Bulls 15, right back in it.
Okay.
What a try by the Bulls. And the moment they get close to the try line, you can see those big forwards. They get involved. Damien Baker, Jean Els, also hooker, young guy, lot of experience. Mornay Smith, I mean, this guy, you're not going to see him a lot passing the ball, getting the ball in good positions. But you're going to make bloody sure that that guy is on the floor winning the ball for you. And I'm sure Willem Strauss and Johan Ackerman, guys looking on, those are the guys you want to try and impress. But what a try by the Bulls. They've turned this around. The moment they're getting momentum, they're turning it into points, something they couldn't do in the first 10 minutes.
Johannes this time gets the conversion, gets the extra 2 points. So, trailing by just 2 now. This was the try here now. Great awareness. The forwards building it up, sucking in defenders, and then, well, one-man overlap needed to be distributed perfectly, and it was by Immelman to Ruan Enslen with the finish.
Just an honourable mention, I think, for the referee, Paul Mente. Such a good position he was in. To us, it looked like the Bulls might have been over here on this side of the field, on the left of the poles, but beautifully in position, let the game flow, gave the Bulls advantage for the offsides by the Lions, but they got the points.
Contestable this time from Matthew Kutsia. Great technique. Reinhard Ludwig.
9, use it.
Still under 23, Reinhard
inside,
Ludwig,
please.
with
Use
all
it.
of his experience. And so far, he's made a really great impact off the bench. Box kick, tough one for the Lions.
Backwards
15
from red
back
play
three
on.
to take. And penalty then, Vodacom Bulls 15.
Quiet, please.
So,
Holding.
Lions under pressure now. We're going to see how will they react to this. The Bulls, they have been running the show for the past couple of minutes as we see Johannes kicking the ball out. Bottom of the field here, Mr. Imano Williams, the assistant referee, just inside the 22 of the Lions. But the Lions, for the first time, standing a chance to be behind. And just before halftime, that would be very, very good for the Blue Bulls. They can go into halftime ahead. That's what the coach would want.
No, for us straight.
Ludwig continues to impress. One take,
Use
one
it.
hand take there. They set up the maul. Now towards the blind side, Neil Leroux. That's very good defense by the right winger, Mikhail Damon.
Options.
Maybe
Options,
Leroux just
scrum or line
breaking
out.
too early
Okay.
there.
Scrum.
Opportunity lost.
Scrum. Hold front forward into touch.
Leroux, also a very young player, but he's spent time in Europe with Bath. And there we know the fields are very heavy, very soggy. And for a moment there, he probably thought he could outsprint the Lions' defense, but there was still too much space, too much grass in between them and the try line. And time for a scrum. We haven't seen a scrum in a while, Fudge. So let's see what the last 10, 15 minutes have done to these guys' legs.
Come a little bit closer, guys.
Into the final 2.5 minutes about in this first half. There is the correct score there then. Lions 15-14,
Quickly set
Vodacom
balls.
Bulls 15-12. 5 meters out. They had a line out, tried to set up a maul. Could have got 3 tries there just before half time. They were trailing by 2 tries, so definitely a first half of 2 quarters, you could say, considering the
Coach.
comeback by the Vodacom Bulls 15. Can they continue to apply pressure and take the
Bind.
lead for the first time?
Set. Bulls collapsing. On the
Not
heat,
supporting
collapsing.
their weight, the front row of the Vodacom Bulls 15 there. Paul Mente, never in two minds. Lions 15 scrummaging really has been quite impressive considering the youngsters Rowan Velman and Cecil Parsons.
Bulls bringing in Mornay Smith, as we said, an immense scrummer. But perhaps this Bulls side leaning too much on just him in the front row. The other guys will have to take ownership. Jean Ellis, he does have experience in URC. But Damien Baker, you could see the filthy look he gave the referee. Feet very far back. So the hinge almost impossible not to do. You'll have to bring those feet up.
Paulman into the vacuum. He's met by some cold shoulders there. JJ Tron and Bokomela, and Saliers continues with the strategy of putting it up into the air. Pops the way of the Lions 15 this time. Jared Cairns tackled out. Good defense. Riyad Balm.
Guys getting some couple of interesting calls here from the side, from the coaching staff for the Lions.
Come a little bit closer.
The Lions not looking bad so far. I must say the Bulls impressing.
Okay, let's go.
Lions have used this as a weapon. They put the ball up into the air, and there's at least 2 of their loose forwards always hunting with one of the backs. They've done that very well throughout this tournament. Even if they don't win the ball back, they usually stop the opposition where they catch the ball, and then the pressure is on the other team. Good tactic.
Bind. Set. Use it.
Still unstable. There goes the hooter. Lions 15, one chance then to extend their 2-point lead here. Matthew Kutsia, quick, crisp hands out wide. Mente, strong carry, takes play into the Vodacom Bulls 15's 22. A little bit scrappy from that ruck. Ras is there. Celia to the left. Quick hands are good hands. Likona Finga will be tough to stop here now. Still going, dragging the defenders. He'll go under the sticks. That's Likona Finga for you. Junior Springbok burst into the scene here for the junior structures, and the Lions 15's got some Currie Cup exposure. It all starts from just the patience. Zian Celia is changing the direction of play. The forward setting up the target nicely. Ras cleaning up. And then defense just split up. Likona Finga through the gap under the sticks.
Possibly say you could see the Varsity Cup experience coming through there. You know, getting ball possession in the Varsity Cup, that's kind of a premium, and you hold on to it when you do get a ball. If you hit a gap, you work with your legs like that. Well done, Likona Finga.
Yeah, well done then. Took as well to the Lions 15 on that first half, absorbing the pressure. It was the Vodacom Bulls 15 who were more dominant in the last 10 minutes, scoring those 2 tries and almost getting a third. Their own worst enemy at times, the Vodacom Bulls 15, but definitely, without a doubt, still in this game.
Is showing me right now.
This was the first try then from the Lions 15. Marco Ross Ferreira, who was substituted early in that first half. Hopefully not too serious for the youngster. And then what a try this was here from Jason Hugo. The heavyweights, Henry Immelman then keeping it direct, not wasting any time, showing his leadership and scoring an important try for the Vodacom Bulls 15. And the comeback wasn't over yet. Building phases through some strong carries from the likes of Jean Els and some other forwards. And then the quick hands, unselfish play. Great distribution from Henry Immelman. And it was Ruan Enslen with the finish. And we thought then the Vodacom Bulls 15 would score from that maul. But Likona Finga, once he has a sniff, hard to stop. High knees through the gap. Great attempt from Make. But Likona Finga, too strong, too quick, under the sticks. So that was the action then of the first half. It is the Lions 15 who have a healthy lead there. 21 points to 12 over the Vodacom Bulls 15. And we've got some interviews down below with some familiar faces. Yes. So don't go anywhere. Some interesting input.
We are now joined by Yusuf Jackson, the General Manager of Operations at SARU. Thank you so much for joining us. So tell us about this tournament. What was the purpose of it? And do you think they achieved the purpose?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. This is the first iteration of the SA Under-23 Cup. The reason behind the establishment of the Under-23 Cup was that South African rugby's next generation players, they were not participating in the Vodacom United Rugby Championships and the EPCR and the Challenge Cup. Really didn't have much opportunity to play rugby outside that of the Currie Cup. And hence this competition was established to give players an opportunity not to just carry tackle bags around at training venues, but to also spend some time getting minutes and getting some time on the field, so that when a call-up was due or is due at higher honours at URC level or EPCR, that those players would be able to easily make the transition.
And Yusuf, do you think these purposes were reached? You think you're happy with what the tournament has done in South Africa so far?
I think so. If you look at 2 of the 3 teams that are in the URC semi-final contention at the moment, the Bulls, the Lions and the Stormers, you've got 2 of those 3 teams competing in this final, which means that the rugby ecosystem, at least on behalf of those franchises, seems to be doing very well, and it bodes well for competitions of this nature.
No, absolutely, and I think it's good for game time, as you said. And do you think there's anything to improve taking it forward? Do you see small changes, or are we just going to copy and paste taking it into next year?
From a South African rugby perspective, we have a competitions workshop that is going to be held in the next 2 months. And this competition, along with all other competitions in the SA rugby landscape, is going to be debated, discussed, and hopefully we'll present something that will be fit for purpose for our rugby players and for our rugby ecosystem.
Amazing. And now we're also joined by some players. I have Janus Kirsten here with me. Janus, tell me, usually at this stage of the season, you'll just be training without any purpose. You'll just be training, hoping for that call-up. How has this competition changed your preparation and even game time?
Yeah, no, I think it's a very nice timing also of the competition. I mean, you're seeing the players are coming soon, and it's kind of hard. You need to win the games to stay top of the log. So doing rotations around your URC squad or so, and it might be difficult. But as you can see today, that you get guys like Mornay Smith, Kutam Chunu, Reinhard Ludwig, a lot of players getting opportunity to get match fit before you reach the playoffs of the other competitions. And yeah, that's just a really good time for them to also just get back match fitness and prepping for if they are needed in the next few games coming up.
And besides the senior guys, how impressed have you been with the talent that the under-23 group is pushing forward?
Oh, I have to say it's been very good. You know, you don't always mix that much with the younger guys in terms of training, whatever. So, you know, it's a great opportunity to bridge that gap between senior and junior players, and just getting to know them, and yeah, just learning from them, and hopefully giving them some knowledge as you go along. And no, it's been a really good time, and I think in the future, you know, there will be the gap between senior and juniors will be so much smaller. So yeah, no, looking forward to that.
And one last question. You've really been a leader in this group and playing a lot of games with them. For you personally, what has been a highlight of this tournament?
Well, like I mentioned, just really getting to know the younger guys. You know, you just meet and greet maybe around, but now you really get to know them, and you're building a nice cohesion between the seniors and the juniors. And also it's a good time to prep for the Currie Cup that's coming up. You know, you're already looking at guys that's going to be involved there, and now we already know each other so much better. So no, it's a lot to look forward to, especially with the Currie Cup also coming up.
Thank you so much, Janus, and good luck for the second half. Ruben Skuman also joins me here today. Sorry about that injury that you have sustained this week in training. You're probably very sad you can't be out on the park with the guys today?
Yeah, you know, injuries are part of the game. Luckily, it's not too serious. But yeah, it would have been nice to be out on the field with the guys. But yeah, luckily they're doing well, so we hope they can do the job for us today.
And how much have you been enjoying this under-23 competition? As a bit of a senior in the team, really guiding them, how much fun has it been playing over these bunch of weeks?
Yeah, you know, it's been a lot of fun getting to know all the younger guys, being a little bit of a mentor to them, obviously learning from them as well, and I think they also learned a lot from me. So yeah, being one of the leaders in the group, it's fun. It's good for us, yeah.
And tell me, what do you think they have to do in the second half to keep the score up and maybe walk away with the trophy today?
I think we need to up our discipline. We need to be more clinical at the breakdown. I think we turned over the ball too often in the first half. Yeah, so I think if we focus on our breakdown and focus on our discipline, we'll do the job today.
And one last question for this under-23 tournament. How do you think it's going to benefit SA Rugby, South African rugby, going forward?
I think it's a very good opportunity for youngsters, especially guys turning 22 and 23 years old, where in the past there was a lot less opportunities for them to play. Where now they get this opportunity. I think it's 6 pool games with the final now. So yeah, it's great game time. They develop into such great players. If you take someone like Cecil Parsons, the Lucet prop, yes, he's had a great tournament. So yeah, for him, I think it's a great opportunity.
Thank you so much. Good luck with that injury and good luck for the second half.
Thank you very much.
And before the second half starts, we're just going to have a look at a couple of interviews with the coaches that we had before the game started here in this SA Under-23 week.
We are now joined by the kicking coach of the Bulls, Johan Goosen. Thank you for joining us. Tell me, how's the feeling in camp? How are you feeling for today's final?
Yeah, it's a bit different this side of the ball, of the playing field. Must say, privileged to coach the guys and help them. It's been an exciting season so far, and looking forward to today.
And you've fallen short twice against this Lions 15s team in this competition. How did preparations differ maybe this week to make sure that you walk away with the cup?
Well, we just focus on ourselves this week. Lost 2 times against them in the season. But it's a nice position to be in, underdog. So, yeah, the guys are up for it. It was a nice week preparation-wise. So, yeah, no, looking forward to it.
And then last question, how impressed have you been with the talent that you've seen in this Under-23 competition?
Yeah, I must say, great competition for youngsters coming through and playing with some older guys. I think 7 in the whole team. So for the youngsters to play with them, get exposure, play with experienced guys. Yeah, there's a lot of good talent in South African rugby. So it's for me, it's just a privilege to be here.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and good luck for today's finals, Johan.
Thank you.
We're here with the Lions 15s coach Mzwaki Nkosi. Tell me, how do you feel for this big clash at home today?
Yeah, obviously excited. It's another final for the Lions pathway system, an opportunity to get a trophy. So incredibly excited. You know, it promises to be a really good match against the Bulls.
And tell me, you've been unbeaten in this competition. How did preparations for this final maybe differ? Maybe more mental than physical?
Yeah, I think, over the last 10 weeks, there's been a big physical investment that's happened. And more than anything this week is a mental preparation around what we want to execute and the pictures that they bring. Over and above that, yeah, I think it's about excitement and how we rock up for the occasion. Finals are once-off occasion to get this nice little thing behind us.
And last question, how successful do you think this Under-23 competition has been for what they wanted to achieve for the youngsters coming through the ranks?
Yeah, it's been really good. Our motto was that we want to bring through the next generation. I think we've done that successfully, regardless of today's result. That's the first thing. But I think over and above everything, there's been a bit of talent coming through. The guys who, particularly for other franchises, who need some game time from a URC point of view.
So then a big thank you to Rumandi Potgieter, former woman Bok fly-off, scrum half, pardon me, and coaching as well at the junior levels with the women here at the Lions. So some great insights there from Mzwaki Nkosi and some really top-notch coaches and characters. Here come the Lions 15, Guilherme Mento. And look, the game has opened up here, starting off where they left off both these sides in that first half. Momentum going both sides. The Vodacom Bulls 15 almost taking the lead towards the latter stages of that first half. But it was the Lions 15, and through that man, Jan Saliers, a pressure absorber, were able to keep them at bay. Still in it though, Henry Immelman scored a wonderful individual try in that first half, puts one up. It's a very good take there from Riyadh. In fact, it's Mikhail Damon, and he's been wrapped up as well. It will be the Lions 15s put into the scrum then. We saw a little bit of a topsy-turvy, if I can call it that. A little bit of ping-pong with the set pieces, both sides struggling to get some momentum. And, well, there they are then, the analysts taking all the data. Fantastic to see some of the ladies going from some of the varsities and stepping up really nicely into the unions.
Yes, I've had the privilege of commentating on a couple of the Pick and Pay Women's Super League games as well. Bulls Daisies at the end, just trouncing everybody. But women's rugby in South Africa, even at the Under-20 Women's Week in Alberton about 2-3 weeks ago, picking up immensely, and fantastic future for the ladies.
Bind. Set.
Good scrum, Lions 15. Jan Saliers checks out his options. Ras, great line. Marquez there to stop him. Lions 15 have momentum though. Mente with the pop. Looks right, goes left. Finga to Biela. Great defensive read from Erasmus. Shawblom. Still building the phases. They'll take their time with this because they've got this right here. A box kick that has been very accurate and continues to be here now. Hugo up against Enslin, and that sort of summarizes that first half. We saw a lot of box kicks, a lot of up and unders. The wingers really contesting the high ball, and it's anybody's game with that.
Absolutely, Fudge. Something I noticed, and perhaps the keen eye would have caught this as well. The Lions are now about, let's say, 12 meters from the Bulls 22 without a lot of effort, to be honest. And to me, the reason that is, when they run, the guy who's going to get the ball is at speed before the ball gets picked up from the back of the ruck or the scrum or wherever that ball is coming from.
Coach!
They are so well coached. They are on the front foot. In the previous scrum, by the time Manny Russ got the ball, he was actually on the advantage line.
Set!
Impeccable coaching by the Lions.
Use it, 9. 9, use it.
Another good scrum from the Lions 15. Around the corner comes Jason Hugo. Strong carry, Cairns. Same side, the Lions 15 here. Mati Kutsia to Biela. Kutsia. Venter. Good defense on him. See now, Kutuzani Mkuno on the pitch for the Vodacom Bulls 15 with the number 18 on his back. And the Lions 15, look at the way they're just able to build phases and support each other. Great connection, Biela and Finga. Kutsia, quick hands to Jared Cairns. You did mention, Dukes, we'd see a lot of this loose trio here now. Mentioned that about the Vodacom Bulls 15. It is the Lions 15 who are getting very busy in this second half with Biela, Cairns and Fenter. There goes Jared Cairns once more. 10th phase now for the Lions 15. Every meter counts. Cecil Parsons with a good carry. Kutsia, now they give it some wings. Luke Cannon on the pitch here now. Strong carry from Cannon. A slight knock on then at that ruck.
Don't do that again.
Fanika getting a little warning there.
Nothing more.
So it'll be the Lions 15 who get to reset and go again.
For sure. And just again, just to mention the finer points of this Lions team, and they tend to bring this out in every second half of their games. Blue Bulls, on the other hand, they've got a tendency, or they had a tendency in this tournament, to go a little bit flat for the first 5, 6, 7 minutes in the second half, which they ill can afford against the Lions today. But the Lions, they are so good on that advantage line. They'll take the ball to the left. If they see there's some defenders on the right-hand side, they'll run it up. But they don't just run it up. They fight that contact point, so much so that the Bulls get stripped of extra numbers. And then you'll see in the third, fourth, or sixth phase, then they'll bring the ball out to the quick runners. And we saw there that the Lions giving themselves a chance on the outside. Didn't go their way this time. But they'll keep punching that kind of procedure the whole second half.
Certainly landing their punches at the scrum, the Lions 15. Another good one here now. Sets up a lovely platform, and Likona Fingo explodes into the vacuum. Still there for Cilliers. Mistake then comes from Monet Fenter. A little too flat on that occasion. And scrum advantage turns into a penalty advantage, and then the Lions 15 get the penalty. Turned around.
Captain, please come here.
He did get the warning.
Captain,
to be fair, Philip Albert Fanika. Take a listen to what Paul Mente has to say here now.
Okay. I just want him now playing a player there without a ball. He's doing exactly the same thing here. Hence, I'm turning around the penalty. It was your penalty, but I'm turning it around. I just want him there now. It's a penalty against you. playing a man without a ball.
So some work to do then for Jean Els, the captain.
You stop immediately. Whistle goes, you stop.
Get out of jail free card there, and it just turned around against them, and trailing by 9 points. Lions 15 will take any easy points on offer. Matthew Kutsia right in front of the sticks. Shouldn't have a problem taking them to 24. Kutsia. Good process, good technique. 24 points, Lions 15.
You can see the Lions trying to get that ball flat again. Pierre van Niekerk, he knew what kind of danger was waiting, because that's Morne Venter, the 8th man for the Lions. Guy who's a try machine, but offsides, and referee reprimanding him to the tune of 3 points.
Captain Biela collects. Under so much pressure here now. They've counter-rucked really well. They've asked good questions of Vodacom Bulls 15 when it comes down to the breakdown. Penalty. And one that couldn't have come sooner.
Right place on the field for the Bulls to try and pull that trigger. There you take a couple of chances on the floor. Worked out for them. Mr. Paul Mente, referee, vastly experienced. I remember him doing a final Currie Cup a couple of years ago. It was Griquas against Pumas. And he's a guy who really isn't afraid of sending you off if you don't listen to his commands and the way he likes to blow the game. But a nice flowing game nonetheless. Bulls with a chance.
To the front. Great take, Heinrich Theron. Set up the maul here now. The Vodacom Bulls
sideways,
15.
use it once. Bulls player down.
Both sides struggling to score any tries from their 5-meter line out to
Use
more
it,
attempts.
9, use it.
Good defense. Chakweni. So Morne Smith and Damian Baker have been substituted. Here now comes Kebotile Make around the corner. Good ball for Leroux. Captain Ellis. Still there for Leroux. Now Immelman. He doesn't shy away from being the first receiver, especially in these areas. Hard man to bring down from deep. The forwards continue to chip away here. Captain Alf continues to lead the effort. Quick hands from Pokomela. Erasmus shifting the problem to Van Niekerk. Had a lot of work to do. And penalty. Vodacom Bulls 15. Started to look a little bit scrappy. Luckily the Lions 15 players were offside.
Perhaps a little bit of lack of experience. The Bulls were pressing nicely. They were building that momentum. Couple of phases, and then Erasmus trying to step. You know, that's what the young guys did probably 2-3 years ago at school level. Bulls on the attack. Let's see what they can do.
Jean Els, the captain, continues to lead the pack.
That's it.
Therefore, Tron
Advantage offside.
shifts it to Mark. He's gone through a lot of work. Number 6 for the Vodacom Bulls 15. There's Pokomela shifting it to Chakweni. Rumbles, bumbles in contact. Bouncing off tackles. Fresh legs have got one back for the Vodacom Bulls 15. We have got a very good final.
You can see the impact from the bench. There was a reason they went with a 6-2 split. Alulutu Chakweni, and he has just avenged the reason why he's only come onto the field now. Lots of energy, a lot of power, and 5 points for the Bulls. And I think this was a good time for them to score.
Keegan Johannes will have no problems from there then. And 24 points to 17 the score.
The Bulls, as we said before, playing in the right areas of the field. That guy, just way too big, way too strong. The Lions falling off of him like they weren't even there. But that's the kind of work that guy brings. And I think Coach Nomlomo will be happy that he put him on his bench today.
No, you're clearly onside.
Yeah, Kutuzani Mkunu and Aluluto Chakweni, 2 players over under 23. And immediately showing their impact off the bench. Kutsia with another contestable one, this time over the head of Ludwig. A slight knock on there. So again, well-worked restart from the Lions 15. I mean, Tux, you mentioned how well coached they are. I think the character of the players as well, to be able to fall in line, understand their job and keep doing that even off the ball, really top shelf.
For sure, Fudge. And, you know, kicking a rugby ball on a field is not just about kicking the ball. That's only half of it. A well-coached team does what the Lions do. Putting the ball in the air to them really is a 50-50 chance. Why? Because they get guys there. The kick is good, first of all. You can see that Celia, he's been training. It's one of his strong points. And nobody else kicks the ball like that. Only him. Right place on the field. And then, like I said, the chase is good. They give themselves a chance. And that is a good kick. But just kicking the ball without the rest, well, that's like a cake without any icing on it.
What's that, a scone? A muffin? Yeah, no, Tux, well put. I think it is that, isn't it? It's just all the players making sure that whatever they're trying to do, they always put themselves in a better position than they were beforehand.
Coach!
And very well executed here, especially considering how young some of the players are.
Bind! Set! Keep it up.
Full marks so far in the second half for their scrummaging. Morgan Odia and Conrad van Vieren on the pitch, and Mani Ras through the gap. Great carry. Quick ball for Celias. Needs to find Coetzee. He's there. Shifts it immediately. It was a great pass, but Jason Hugo just too wide. Offsides though, the Vodacom Bulls 15.
Offside.
Outside back, so penalty for the Lions 15 youngsters here. And
offside.
Well, one team scores and the next does.
Yeah, no? There's a mark. 14, number 14, 1-4.
Unselfish play, I have to say, by the Lions. When Manny Russ broke through there, especially young guys, they have a tendency to immediately want to pick up the ball. Because what are they seeing in front of them? Look at this. Manny Russ straight through. He's going to go to ground now. Good tackle by Sherman. And what do the youngsters see? They see the try line. But they pulled out.
Maul, will this be the first Maul try? Lions 15 roaring. They're over.
Held up, boys.
Held up, Paul Mente. He really has been, that's a characteristic of the way he referees, tries to put himself in the right positions on the pitch all the time.
Please fall back. Thank you. Goal line drop out.
And, well, there he is, making sure that he's never questioned.
I think you could be a principal at a school.
No doubt. No doubt.
Number 2.
You mentioned it earlier, Fudge, that so far in this game we haven't really seen good drives from a line-out. Well, there we say a champion team like the Lions on the 23 side, they've got it all in the arsenal. They're pulling it off.
Lukona Finga collects. It's a goal line dropout. Being held up. Apparently I hear as well, actually, that Paul Mente, former soldier, no surprises there. Lions 15 need to start from outside the Vodacom Bulls 15-22.
Rip forward. Ball went forward in the rip.
Ball coming off of a Bulls player's hand there. So scrum in the middle of the pitch, really dominating territory. It's no wonder we've got a few players on the bench of the Vodacom Bulls 15 in that thinking man pose, struggling to get back into it.
As we can see, the Bulls trying to send one shooter up every now and then, but the Lions have been managing that defense quite well. But the Bulls need more of that. Some hard tackles on the right guy with the ball behind the advantage line. They need to do that. This game is not won or lost by anyone, by any stretch of the imagination. As we see a change of personnel, LaRue coming off the field. We'll see who's going to replace him. Probably Brooklyn Newman. This guy, Fudge. He's a good flavor and definitely not the flavor of the week. Played an immense game last week. Watch those white boots.
Yep, they were able to get a big win against the Hollywood Bet Sharks. Under 23s, 54 points to 12. Look out for Brooklyn Newman.
Set!
Another scrum for the Lions 15. And here comes Celia. This time to Coetzee. Good read from Riyad Bam. Sean Skierman over. Oh, great turnover.
You are clearly sealing
Sean
off.
Eric
There's
Skierman
two
played
things.
hooker for quite
Clearly
some
sealing
time
off.
in his junior
That's a
ranks,
first
but you can
infringement.
see why he'd be very comfortable at 6 as well. He's a fantastic leader. Never shies away from putting in an effort, no matter what it is he needs to do. An important turnover for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Considering they only trailed by 5 points, stopping the Lions 15 from scoring a try through that maul. Now they find themselves with possession back in the Lions 15's half.
I think the question to be asked here, Fudge, is this line-out is just inside the Lions' side of the half. Do you bring a quick ball down? You're a former lock yourself. What would your tactic be? Drive it, bring it down quickly, or rather set up some other kind of platform?
I'm from the old school, mate. Drive it. Drive it. And then they shifted off Skierman. Lovely hands to Junior Pokomela, who came at pace. Great little offload, little juggle from Van Niekerk. And whoa, there's Brooklyn Newman. Does he get it in the corner? Paul Mente says, yes, indeed. That's X Factor right there. Excellent play from the substitutes. And the Vodacom Bulls 15 then, if they get the conversion, will take the lead for the first time.
Well, I mentioned it literally a minute ago. Brooklyn Newman, but he just needs half a chance. One of the features of this Bulls team so far in this tournament is broken play. They can pick up a ball somewhere, and if your lines are not set on defense, boy oh boy, they are going to open you up like a can of sardines. Ask the Sharks, ask the Stormers. So the Lions, feeling the wrath of the Blue Bulls on the front foot. Junior Pokomela, take a bow.
20 seconds.
Kiget Johannes then. Very challenging to take the lead in this final for the first time. Johannes with a stick. Just off the upright and in. That's how tight this fixture has been. Difficult to call. Vodacom Bulls 15 take the lead.
And the Bulls, suddenly they've got numbers there in droves. But this guy, Brooklyn Newman, look at what he had to do. He had so much work left to do. Good defense by the Lions coming over, but not good enough.
So a lovely rip from Sean Skierman to Pokomela, and then Brooklyn Newman in the corner. 26-24, Vodacom Bulls 15 have got the lead here now. Remember, played 6, only won 3.
Use it 9.
They were the underdogs going into this fixture. The Lions 15
Stay on side.
played 6,
Use
won
it.
6, unbeaten. Still though, just over 20 minutes left in the first ever SA Rugby Under-23 Cup final. And Ruan Velman will come off the pitch. Not a bad day at the office for the Lions 15 hooker.
Had a good day. Throw-ins were good at the lineouts. Did his bit in the scrums. But now time for Mahle Sitole to show his worth.
Lovely throw. Great take. Shawblom. That allows for good ball here now. Likona Finga. Look at the go forward from the Lions 15. They've gathered 20 meters from how clinical they were. More go forward. Mornay Fenter with the help of his captain Biela. And the turnover comes. Another turnover from the ruck. Look at the fans. It is tight. It's an edge of your seat sort of a final here. The Vodacom Bulls 15 have come to play.
Absolutely, but I don't think those three are supposed to be at the stadium. They told their mother they're studying.
To get away nice and early on a Friday. What a beauty. What an opportunity to check out the future of SA Rugby. Vodacom Bulls 15 really have used that
we're playing on.
tool, that weapon in their arsenal, turning the ball over when there is a break from the Lions 15. Working out nicely for them. It's allowing them to protect that lead. Awkward with the line out.
Okay.
A little bit of confusion with the communication, and that's not what you want. Coach killer there. Vodacom Bulls 15 just allowing the Lions 15 to get back into it.
what is good for the Bulls, all their replacements so far.
Let's go,
have
9.
made a positive impact. That's what you want from your bench.
Sure is. There's Jared Cairns.
No, stop it.
Setting up
Stop
the
it.
target for
Stop it.
Cilliers. Goes
17.
back towards the blind side. It's a set move play here now. Hugo up against the touchline does well to keep the ball alive here. Cilliers to Kutsia. Short line. Big hit. Oh, Mkhunu up against Morgan Nodir, and Lions 15 now. Shawblom. Quick ball. Kutsia to Guilherme. Mente. Each carry gaining meters here now. Shawblom, Likonafina trying to play it short. Sean Skierman got a hand involved. Will we see a yellow card? No,
okay, there's
referee.
two things. Number 19 never onside. 19 never onside.
That actually is against Reinhard Ludwig for
No
being
overlap.
offside.
Clear a line there, so there's no overlap. Okay, sure, no problem.
That's interesting. Tando Biela not wasting any time, taking the points on offer. See a couple of the Wits players there. There's Latika Nela. What an absolutely incredible season he had, captaining Wits to their trophy, one they had to wait a very long time for. Just enjoying their rugby. Happy about his results then, if it's exam time at university.
You must be if you're sitting over here, but that one's for the TikTok reels. Guys looking stylish.
Kutsia. Stylish with the conversion, and great decision from the captain. Take the points on offer. Why? That puts them back in the lead. 27 points to the Vodacom Bulls 15's 26. It's a 1-point game. We're into the last quarter. What an awesome final. Big chase. Did well to just take it for the Lions 15, set the target. They'll go through their exiting processes here now just to increase the angle. Give it to the forwards. Morgan Nodir does well.
Use it, 9.
And there he is. It's a wonderful strike again from Cilliers. Gets it out in the Vodacom Bulls 15's half.
Bulls, get out!
Takes it quickly to Johannes. And then puts up an under for the fullback. Penalty, Vodacom Bulls 15.
Knock on offside. Knock on offside.
It's an accidental offsides from the knock-on. It's interesting to see how it's the up and unders and the box kicks that are starting to work for the Vodacom Bulls 15 now in this second half.
If ever you want to see experience in action, Henry Emmelman threw the ball to Keegan Johannes. They didn't even talk. They weren't showing any signs to each other. Keegan Johannes immediately put the ball up. And in that time, Henry Emmelman put himself on side and he chased. And it's because of pressure that happened. Here you can see Henry Emmelman gave himself enough time. I can't say really a rookie mistake. Ball coming off the hand just happens.
To the front.
Ball is in front.
Schubert who took it there. A little bit of a trick play here. Skierman coming around the corner. Fresh legs on here for the Vodacom Bulls 15 as well. And straight into the fires. 4 meters from the try line. Pokomela tries to manipulate the defense. Gives it to his captain. Here he is with the pointing once more. This time he picks and goes. It's been effective. They've gathered 2 meters, 2 important meters. That's how far they are from the try line. Ludwig. Can they take back the lead just a few minutes after giving it away?
No
Pick and go! Schubert!
Short, no, leave it!
Just short, Dieter Schubert.
Short.
How the Lions 15s were able to shut the gate on him.
Short,
Ellis.
leave it, Lions!
Wrestling. Doesn't get there. Pokomela.
On the line.
Third time. Skierman is there. Incredible work to hold him up. Backline players assisting the forwards around the fringes. Kuhn
Use it!
takes his time. Told to use it. He's over. Try given. Kutuzani Mkhunu gets back the lead for the Vodacom Bulls 15. And that is classic Vodacom Bulls rugby right there. Pick and goes. Keeping it with the forwards.
Thanks.
close to the try line. This Bulls replacement front row, you're not going to stop them. And that comes with years and years of experience. Aluluto Tsakweni, Kutam Chunu, played for the Sharks, Cheetahs, the Mitsubishi Sagamihara Dino Boars, if ever you had a name for a rugby club. But there you can see it. You cannot buy that. These guys know what to do when they pick the ball up so close to the line. But the Bulls are getting themselves there. And I think that's the difference between the first half and now.
Keegan Johannes gets the conversion. Every point counts.
It's so close. You almost want to say you have to score from there. Lions hanging on by a thread. Still have time to talk to the referee. Perhaps not the right time. And under their noses, diving in. And the Bulls in the lead. This is a final. This is a final, Fudge.
Sure is. Took 33 points to 27. Just under 14 minutes left on the clock. Come the Vodacom Bulls 15. It's a strong carry. Dieter Schubert spoke about how the bench has had a really positive impact for the Lions 15 side, showing for the Vodacom Bulls 15 as well. And well, could it be alarm bells for the Lions 15s here now? Not allowed an opportunity to apply pressure from the restart. Great intent shown by the Vodacom Bulls 15, and you can tell just by the body language. Definitely momentum on the side of the Vodacom Bulls 15 now, especially since they're in the lead.
Come here. Come here.
Well, Fudge, it's starting to sound like a German weapons factory for the Bulls. They've got Dieter Schubert, Sean Sherman. Those guys have just exploded onto the field, and they are doing what the Lions have been doing all season. They fight that line. You're not just going to go down in a tackle or in contact and you think you're going to try and steal the ball. You have to actually wrestle these guys down. And the Lions, at the moment, are losing that battle. But there's still time left. 12 minutes to go. But I'm really enjoying this final, Fudge.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't know what to expect next. A pressure applied, forcing the opposition to try and make mistakes under that pressure when the lactic acid is building in the legs, especially in this last 8 minutes or so. So it's just great to see the execution of those strategies. Substitutions as well, working out for both sides. You can tell the coaches do have world-class experience.
Okay, keep the time off, please.
Absolutely. The question now is maybe one of timing. Have the Bulls put on their 6-2 split bench too early? Is the Lions timing better by bringing on the guys now, or is it too late? I think this battle might come down to coaching timing. So intense.
Okay, time back on.
Skuman Bokomela with a lovely take, but an unkind pop back. Being cleaned up by Brooklyn Newman, and now the heavyweights losing the ball in contact.
First knock, second knock.
Lions 15, trailing by 6 points here now. We've seen them take the 3 points when on offer. Very different to the Vodacom Bulls 15, who have looked for touch, looked for the tries. Here comes Vuyo Gwiji now onto the pitch. What a moment for him. The last 10 minutes of the first ever SA Rugby Under-23 final. And it's Luke Cannon coming off the pitch, so a forced substitute, I'm sure, there for the Lions 15.
For sure, but Vuyo Gwiji, part of the Wits Young Guns, I think he's game fit, so he's going to make an impact.
Cillian loves just taking the ball a little bit further to draw in defenders. Jason Hugo does well once more. Cillian again. Gain to the forwards. Van Vieren this time. Quick ball for Cilliers. Kutsia's got numbers. Flicks the wrist. Pops up beautifully. And then a little bit of a kick forward by Ellie Meyer.
First things first, ball is in touch.
There he is, MJ. Tell you what, the encyclopedia of junior rugby in South Africa. He knows everything about every single player who's 16 to 25 years old. I'm telling you, Tux, I'm not exaggerating. What an asset.
I believe you, Fudgy. I spoke to MJ before the game. He knew a couple of things about me that I didn't even know.
Yep, that's what it's all about. If you're in the recruitment game, if you're in the development game, the tracking game, and SA Rugby's really done that beautifully with this competition. And I think that's what's so important. You get positive results, you get a positive report. It's always great to see innovation.
You can see a nice flat run out. You'll see this flat ball by Kutsia. Maybe the timing's slightly out. This is the one problem with a tournament like this where week after week you are rotating players. But these guys need to find each other. There we see the big weeks.
Lions.
We saw the Lions CEO there in the background, Rudolf Stroili, and Johan Ackerman in the foreground.
Ooh, so pressure telling for the Vodacom Bulls 15. An unforced error with the line out. They would have been looking to exit. Lions 15 now be licking their lips here. Into the final 10 minutes. Just over 8 minutes left here. As the Lions 15 still have 6 points between themselves and the Vodacom Bulls 15. Good point scoring opportunity here now though for the Lions 15. The scrum has been working nicely. Can we continue to do so?
Bind! Set!
Fierce battle, big arm wrestle. Here's Exos Kevani. Now Cairns. He's been brutal with his carries. Desperate for go forward. Likona Finga. Same characteristics. Van Vieren. Good defense from the Vodacom Bulls 15 so far. Biela. Aggression in contact. Back towards the left now. Shawblom around the corner. Exos Kevani.
Advantage, high tackle. High tackle number 2.
Good hit on him. Finga. Again, Schubert shooting out of the line to stop the Lions 15 carriers. Shawblom. Excellent rugby from the Lions 15s here now. Gathering meters with every carry. Quick ball again for Cilliers. Continues to feed the Lions. Here's Jared Cairns now. 5 meters away. Come back for that penalty advantage. Really good.
Number 2, high tackle.
Determination shown on defense to rip the ball away.
Lions were playing with advantage there, but they still kept pressing just phase after phase, not getting over eager. And they even risked, because they knew they were playing with advantage, they risked a little pop off the floor. Could have worked for the Lions. Jared Kearns again everywhere on this field. But good defense by the Bulls. But this is what it comes down to. This is going to be intense. This is going to be immense.
Chose not to go for the 3 points. They were held up over the line with their maul. You could argue that was the most successful maul we've seen. This is their second attempt here now. Great throw from Sitole. Jared Cairns sets the maul.
That is once 9.
The heavyweights get into an arm wrestle.
9, use
Look
it!
at the defense from the Vodacom Bulls 15. Excellent. Likona Finga now. Low tackle from Erasmus. Had to be. Now towards the short side. Conrad van Vieren. Sitole.
No.
Oh, well. What will the call be here? Yeah. The disciplinarian has got a few words.
Clearly playing the arm of the player.
Yep, and a few things in his pocket. Yellow card then for Jandre Skuman. Taken quickly. Lions 15. Desperate to score. Reaching over the try line here now.
Player is playing the ball on the
What is
ground.
that? A double movement.
Player is playing the ball on the
Drama
ground.
in this
You're playing
final.
short and then you're playing it on the ground.
That's a penalty to the Vodacom Bulls 15. That is maybe the third try that they have somehow managed to stop. We did mention it, Dukes. It's the determination and the work rate, that never say die attitude on defense that gets you over the line in finals. Will it do that for the Vodacom Bulls 15 here?
Well, I'll tell you what, the words from Coach Piwe Nomlomo, the Bulls coach, before the game, I spoke to him in the tunnel as they came out. He said, you know what, this is a final. You only need one thing to go your way better than the other side, because there is no tomorrow. Did the Bulls just do that? That might have been that moment.
Well put. Indeed. It's moments like those that win you finals. Still, though, a lot of work to be done. Lovely steal in that line out. Lions 15. Done well with Mornay Fenter.
Use it.
Good contesters with Dylan Shawblom there as well. Slow ball.
Get out. No. Fall back.
All they'll need now is to hold on to possession. 3 points won't be enough. Lovely run, Vuyo Kuiji.
Please come. You're clearly on the floor and you're ripping the ball. That's cynical.
Well, there we go. That's
11.
against Riyad
On
Bam
the
then.
floor and ripping the ball.
2 yellow cards in 2 minutes. Paul Mente. I guess he feels he's given enough warnings here now. So the Vodacom Bulls 15 will have to protect that 6-point lead for 3.5 minutes with 13 players on the pitch.
I'll tell you what, if they get that right, they deserve
Heidi,
that
let's
cup
go.
standing down there on that table. But this is very good running by
The line out
the
open,
Lions.
please.
We can
Get
see
him up.
Riyad Bam on the floor.
Bulls.
He slapped the ball out. Never ever a good
Come
time
closer.
to do that.
Lions, come closer.
Young guys, this is where they'll learn.
Hey,
Part of the lesson sitting on that
keep
chair.
quiet. So, hey,
Mahle
go.
Sithole. Shorter line out, good movement. Awkward throw, no contest though. Easy for the captain Biela to set the small, and it is rolling.
1-9.
Mahle Sithole at the
Use
tail.
it. Stay bound.
Delivers it to Seleas. Exos Kevani, lovely floating pass. This is what he can do. He'll go all the way. Guillermo Mento in the corner. This is a difficult conversion. Does Matthew Kutsia have the BMT for this here now? But what a try that was. Incredible pass.
Love the fact that the Lions pulled the trigger immediately. There is no way the Bulls can have numbers on the outside. Put in the long pass, and it was just skill left to bring that ball in and put it over the try line. But a difficult kick for this young man from Jeppe.
Quiet, please. Keep quiet.
Oh, tough. Do you eat up all the time on the clock here now? Do you do it quickly in case you don't get it? Big moment. Kutsia pulls it just left of that left upright. 32 points, then 1 point separating the sides.
And again, you can just see that pass. Henry
Come, guys.
Immelman, he had no
Come, let's
choice.
go.
He had to try and go for the intercept. But
Okay,
the
table,
Lions
time
come
out,
away
yeah.
with it. Mento, is he
Table,
going to
time
get
out.
that memento for the Lions? We've got 1.5
is
minutes
off.
left,
Keep quiet,
Fudge.
time is
I'm
off.
sitting on the edge of my seat, literally.
Who isn't? Dukes. Great final. Highly competitive. Vodacom Bulls 15, although have struggled to find form, have found it at the right time, the perfect time in the final.
Time back on
Unbeaten,
table.
the Lions 15. They know how to win games. Is 1 minute enough time? Great restart. Almost being tapped back there. And it's the Lions 15 to just hold on. Cheeky Mahle Sithole with the pop pass. Exuding with confidence here now. Every player will have to be, because they can't give the ball away, and they'll have to try to get into the Vodacom Bulls 15 half from their own 22. There's the captain Biela.
Use it.
Zian Selea. Finga. Horse-like in contact. Builds up pace so quickly.
Off the foot, play on.
Tall and strong. Coetzee.
Thank you.
Mikhail Damon held up. Good defense. Brooklyn Newman being driven backwards here now, the Lions 15s. We spoke about that defense of the Vodacom Bulls 15s really starting to click. It's showing here now when it matters the most. Silias, quick ball now for Matthew Coetzee. A little bit of space. And there comes the mistake then. Great defense from Heinrich Theron, the number 4 lock, in a place that I'm sure he looked left and right and said, oh boy, what am I doing here?
Relax.
And keeps up with play to force that error from Matthew Coetzee. Incredible defense.
Down, time off.
If you get the chance to watch that again, if you're at home, just look at the technicality from the Bulls' defense. It was actually before this, as we see an immense tackle coming in by the lock. That's the kind of thing, that's the kind of grit you want in a final. But just before that, guys like Jean Ellis, he wasn't just tackling the Lions player, he wrapped him up, kept the ball against the opposition's body, and he kind of wrestled him back down to the floor. What that does is it buys you time, because remember, the Bulls have got 13 players. They've got holes everywhere. But if you wrap up a player in a defensive lock like that, they have to come and put numbers in. Otherwise, your player can come and steal the ball. So just really good rugby IQ from Jean Els, not just tackling, but making sure the Lions have to come and wrestle that ball back, send in numbers, and essentially shoring up their holes that they might have.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. I never
So,
said last round. Come.
Pictures are telling.
Time is off.
Vodacom Bulls 15 bench on their feet. They can barely keep themselves off the pitch. The Lions 15 bench in that thinking man pose. Everybody sitting down, heads a little bit low, but
time back on.
And I hope the coaching staff will talk to the players, especially the youngsters, about this.
Coach!
It's been a great season, unbeaten so far, and there's still moments here where you've got to believe.
Sit! Keep it up. Stay up.
Newman feeds. Big battle at the front.
Standing.
It's a little bit unstable.
Clear dominance, standing. Same team.
Hooter has sounded. There'll be enough time for another scrum.
Come here, guys.
Remember, at the beginning of this fixture, it was what was going both sides. It was a penalty scrum for the Lions 15, then a penalty from the scrum for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Seeing a little bit of instability in the scrums again here after the Hooter. Talk about drama. What a final.
This is all or nothing. If the Bulls win this ball, well, it doesn't matter that they only have 3 people at the back. But if the Lions get it, they've got 5 on 3.
Coach!
Which way is this going to go? I've got hair raised on my arms.
No. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Sit up. Sit up. Keep quiet. Sit up.
Well,
And don't stand up
clearly,
again.
the players
Thank you.
struggling with some nerves as well. Who wouldn't be? Captain still on the pitch, Jean Els. What a leader.
Coach! Mind! Sit! Keep it up. Stay up.
Will it be the captain's hook here that does it for the Vodacom Bulls 15? And this should be it. It is the Vodacom Bulls 15 champions of the first ever, the inaugural SA Rugby Under-23 Cup. And they had to do it from coming from behind. At full time, Vodacom Bulls 15, 33. The Lions 15, 32. What an incredible game.
Absolutely amazing fudge. To me, these two teams couldn't have been more matched up. I think the difference was in the way that the Bulls managed their bench. The Lions before this game didn't have a lot of injuries. They did for this game. For the first time, they had to try and manage in a game who comes on, who stays off. But well done to the Blue Bulls. They stayed in the fight, and it's a final. It's all or nothing. But what an honor to do this with you, Fudge.
it's been an absolute privilege and an honor to do this first ever SA Rugby Under-23 Cup final. And the Vodacom Bulls 15, they're underdogs in this final, having won only 3 of their 6 games up against the Lions 15, who are unbeaten. 6 out of 6 for them. And it was these sorts of tries that really turned things around for the Vodacom Bulls 15s. We look at Aluluto Chakweni doing his job. Kutum Kunu was amazing as well. The Lions 15s were just so clinical from their set piece, always getting go-forward ball. Mani Ras was brilliant. Guilherme Mente, remember the name, one to look out for. Zian Salias, I thought, really stood out for the Lions 15, just with his technique, his box kicks, and just the way he feeds his forwards. And then great to see some of the youngsters, future stars, Brooklyn Newman getting a try. That was vital for them, put them in the lead. Lovely little tap and juggle from Philip Albert van Niekerk there.
The youngsters for the Bulls coming through at the times when they needed to. Even though their discipline let them down, 2 yellow cards late in the second half, this Bulls team did enough to make sure that the Lions couldn't get enough possession in the second half. Traditionally, the Lions, especially through this tournament, in the second half, that's where they scored 4, 5, 6 tries against some of the teams. But today, the Bulls replacement bench, I mentioned it before, and look at this. They didn't just come on for defense, this bench. They came on to make a positive difference with the ball in hand, getting over the whitewash. And there you can see the second of those tries by Kutum Chunu. And just excellent play by the Bulls. Lions, they tried valiantly, but the Lions unable to get extra points there. And here you can see the last try by the Lions. Here they still gave themselves a chance. Ruan Ensslin trying all he can, but too late. But the Lions, that final kick at goal, and this is where young guys need to learn, not just by winning, but a young guy like the fly of Matthew Kutsia for the Lions, he missed that conversion and he got the ball dislodged here, but he needs to pick up his head. This is what this tournament is all about. We'll be having a handover for the inaugural SA Under-23 Cup. And we have some large dignitaries here today, Fudge. I don't know if you know some of these guys personally. I do know Willem Strauss in the middle from the Bulls. And then on the left, if I'm not mistaken, we've got the CEO for the Lions. And we also have Mr. Mark Alexander from SA Rugby on the right-hand side.
Yeah, definitely. We have there Mr. Naidu. And, well, all smiles for the Vodacom Bulls 15. It was a difficult season for them. A massive congratulations to the coaching staff. And, well, the grit they've shown in this final. Incredible display of having to rebuild, readjust, like most finals. And definitely the character of the squad. These youngsters shown there with the way they were able to defend their line, stop the Lions 15s on 3 occasions. One of them held up over the try line from scoring. That kept them in the game here. An unlucky conversion attempt there from Matthew Kutsia. Could have been a different ball game. A highly challenging conversion attempt. He was able to get one over, so you can never blame the kickers, but it definitely was the Vodacom Bulls 15, I think, in the end, who deserved to come away with the win. Very close, but for me, if you're able to win it through defense, you deserve it. Paul Mente gave away 2 yellow cards there to the Vodacom Bulls 15 in the latter stages of that fixture as well. I thought he called a really good game.
Absolutely. And remember the assistant referees today, Richard Bruno, Imano Williams, as you said, Mr. Paul Mente, they didn't have the advantage of a lot of replays, at the big games, the URC games, test match rugby. These guys have got up to 26 cameras. We don't have that today. We had a fantastic broadcast from Baruch Media, but they called the game very well. Mr. Mente was all over this pitch in the right places when he needed to be, especially down in the trenches when either the Lions or the Bulls got close to the try line. But I think the Bulls, they just had that extra bit of grit, that extra hunger, And sometimes that is what losing throughout the tournament, if you lose one or two close games, which is what happened between the Lions and the Bulls, where the Lions beat them 27-24. Sometimes when you lose that game, it gives you that edge, it gives you that hunger, and it makes you just want it a little bit more than the other team. Sometimes champion sides, like we saw the Springboks in the previous World Cup, you lose a game, and that really picks you up and gives you go forward to want to come back and win that kind of silverware standing right there for the first time.
Yep, this new SA Rugby Under-23 Cup competition kicked off in March, and it was with teams from the 4 Vodacom United Rugby Championship franchises, the Bulls, Lions, Sharks and Stormers. And they faced off over a double round of action, home and away, followed by, well, a historic final here at Ellis Park. Really, what a way to start off the weekend, and what a way to celebrate where SA Rugby is currently. Massive positive feedback from the report, in a very healthy place. So much investment going back to the players and to the referees as well. Congratulations to all of them. Paul Mente receiving his medal. And, well, incredible that none other than Mark Alexander himself, the president of SA Rugby, there to hand them over.
I'm sure Emmanuel Williams' dad, Robert, recently retired from being a principal at a primary school in Namibia. He'll be very proud.
Yep, and of course then Neville Jardine, pardon me, I got the name wrong earlier, the Lions president there as well. He can be so proud of where the Lions have come. Remember, they're really turning heads in the Vodacom URC, so he'll be a very proud president, and the union going from strength to strength, unbeaten in the competition. This SA Rugby Under-23 Lions 15 side. And it's great to see the president of the Blue Bulls Rugby Union as well, Willem Strauss, there. He'll be celebrating this win. Many maybe didn't expect them to come away with it after the first 15 minutes. Certainly not, with the Lions 15 really dominating every facet of play. But that's what it's all about. You want it to be competitive at every single level. And I think Mark Alexander, the president of SA Rugby, will be so proud that that's exactly what this competition has brought.
And I'll tell you another thing that is exciting, Fudge, is the fact that there's not one union or franchise that's busy dominating. We've got the Stormers in the URC. They're top of the log for South African teams, but the Lions won the Shield, in the URC. We've got the Bulls Daisies dominating ladies rugby for the Bulls. But at the same time, we've got Western Province, the junior side, the SA, if we look at the SA school side, where the Western Province have the last 3 or 4 years have been winning the Craven Week. But at this time, we've got the Lions junior structures getting their Under-23 side into a final. And we got the Bulls just stealing it from them at the end. But that's what we want. We don't want one franchise ruling it all and just winning everything. You want some area to play with. We see the Free State, they might not be at the top level with the top teams, but they given themselves a chance to get into the SA Cup final. And we're mentioning all our big franchises. And that's what you want. Our junior rugby, really healthy at this stage of the game.
Well put, Dukes. As we see the management, the coaching staff, Mzwakhe Nkosi and his troops, they can be proud of themselves, not just for the work they've done in another great season. It's always heartbreaking when you lose the final and you've been unbeaten throughout the season. Some can say it's almost a curse. And we see MJ there then. Incredible work, one of the unsung heroes of the junior programs in the Lions 15s, and, well, one to look out for. An incredible leader, Captain Thando Biela.
Thando, just talk me through the emotions right now.
I know it's obviously a terrible feeling, losing by 1 point in a final that we are leading by more than 10 points. But firstly, well done to the Bulls. They feeling great the whole campaign. So just congrats to them.
And where do you think you fell short this time around? Where did you lose it for yourself?
I think we just went clinical. We've had 22 missed entries and we just didn't execute what we had to do.
And the last question, how do you regroup as a group going into a Currie Cup campaign? Some of you will definitely come through the ranks. How do you regroup after this loss?
I think we have to just stay tight as a group, stay collective during this time and just reset, rebuild, then get to the cup season and hopefully win something there.
Thank you so much, Tando, and sorry about that loss.
We take a look here now at the champions, the winners of the SA Rugby Under-23 Cup, the Vodacom Bulls 15. You see the president of Alliance Rugby Union and Willem Strauss, a proud president of the Blue Bulls Rugby Union there. And of course then Mr. Mark Alexander, the SA Rugby president, handing over those medals, and they really can be proud of themselves. Some players who could take from players like Henry Immelman, Mornay Smith now, and what an advantage it was for Cecil Parsons to go up against him. You know, the opportunity for Neil Leroux, Philip Albert van Niekerk with that tap pass. You know, so it's great to see the players do seem to have confidence to play like they are young. And so a big shout out to the coaching staff of the Vodacom Bulls 15, Pue Nomlomo and all the other coaches. Great for Aluluto Chakwen and Kutuzani Mkunu as well to come and make an impact like they did off of the bench. Just exceptional.
You know, we're doing a couple of interviews with some of the very first games that I did in this tournament. Fudge spoke to Coach Piwe Nomlomu at that stage, asked him probably a difficult question. I said, was it difficult to get the older guys to buy into this? But remember, that was right at the start, just after Feb. And, you know, the feedback was, well, we're not sure yet because we'll still see. The guys have no choice, obviously, but they came down. And if you look at this final today, who was it that scored the tries at the end? It was the Umchunus and the Tsakwenis. You could see these older guys, Henry Immelman from the back, Keegan Johannes, just to mention the Bulls side, but the Jared Kearns on the Lions side and the Corneille, Konrad van Vieren, Beertjie. You know, those guys, you could see they're actually enjoying themselves. And what can be better? You as a former player know, at some stage you've built up a lot of experience. You play week after week, you get injured, you know how that works, how to come back. So sometimes you need something else, something new. I think that's what this Under-23 tournament brought for the more experienced players. They can literally give back. They can come to a training on a Monday and say, you know what, guys, I watched the videos, and I can tell you this much. Try this, try that, or just hang back a little bit. They can actually give value. There's Johan Goosen getting a handshake. Still involved. Nice to see that.
Yeah, it's great. They definitely, Jean Els, great captain, really led from the front. And we'll go down to hear his interview.
I am now joined by the winning captain, John Els. John, first ever Under-23 Cup. Tell me, how did it feel to win that final?
Yeah, first of all, I want to give glory to Jesus Christ. Without him, this isn't possible. And then credit to the Alliance. From our side, we said we wanted to show that we care for each other. I think we did it. Although it was scrappy, I think everybody in this team loves each other. So.
And one last question before you join your team. What was the difference today? You fell short against the Lions twice this campaign. What was the difference?
I just think showing that care for each other, sticking together, and that's all we got on the field. Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Go enjoy it with your team.
Thank you so much.
So then they wait for their captain, Jean Els. There it is, confirmation. Confetti in the skies. It is the Vodacom Bulls 15 who are the winners of the inaugural SA Rugby Under-23 Cup. They did it with character through defense and keeping to their guns. What a way to win the final. What an incredible final it was for them to win by just 1 point. What a celebration of where this wonderful country, SA Rugby, is right now. And, well, the successes continue, the celebrations continue, and a massive one here for the Vodacom Bulls 15. Congratulations to this coaching staff and all the players and the seniors as well, the likes of Junior Pokomela, Renard Ludwig, Mchunu, Chakweni, Mornay Smith, Keegan Johannes. Fantastic competition, a fantastic brotherhood shown.
You know what, Fudge? I look at this, and you're part of rugby in a very, very big way, in inner circles that people don't get to. And I don't know if you've had this thought, but I often have wondered since 2019 World Cup, 2023 World Cup, where's this plateau? Somewhere you have to reach the plateau, and then somebody else takes over the reins, and then a competition like this comes, and it just makes so much sense. And what they did with this competition, they filled a gap that we didn't even know we had. And then suddenly I think, maybe, just maybe, we will be the first country to win a World Cup 3 years in a row, or 3 competitions in a row. Something like this gives me hope for that. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Exciting tournament, exciting country. In terms of rugby, without a doubt, globally, all eyes on South Africa. And again, successfully executed. And filling a gap, like you mentioned, took some stars of the future, without a doubt. There we look at the center pairing. They were really good, Van Niekerk and Erasmus. And what an opportunity. To answer your question, you definitely will remember these moments. I remember all of the trophies I won at junior levels, no matter how old you get. And you're right, you do pass it on. You do pass that baton on. But what a privilege to some of the senior players as well to get involved with the youngsters. So thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone involved in this wonderful competition. And we'll definitely see you soon.
Fudge, thank you so much. What an honor to do this with you. And we'll see this go in strides. From me, Tuk Skotse, thanks again.